Angel Reese walks in a bar with Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark. These bookies don't know where to start. We be killing them all, tearing them apart. They can't mess with us, they can't mess with you. And I'm never gonna cuss cause I love you too. Hit thumbs up if you want good luck. Girls thinking that we fresh so they wanna We be winning the bets and they be rolling up. By far we the best, you ain't good enough. Ain't a damn thing funny, man, you know what's up. You wanna win some money, it's time to lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in.
Lock in, bruh.
Lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in.
Shelly comes up. That's a great foul. It's a hard
Lock in, bruh.
And here we got another.
Lock in.
Hey.
What up?
What's up,
Hey,
bro?
what's going on?
What's happening?
Ooh, man, it is a scorcher outside today. That's what's happening. Just got back from walking the puppers and worked up a little sweat out there. My goodness, but hey, I know what's hotter than that, though. These plays we've been having, my goodness. What's going on, everybody? We're back. You already know what time it is. It's Just Cash, baby.
Gunshots for the
Joined
bookies. Woo, woo, woo. Joined by, the crazy guy. He can't stop hitting the gunshots because I don't even know what the streak is on now, man. What is it? What's the streak at?
We're on a 43-6 run right now.
43-6, man. That's almost 50 plays if my math is correct. That's 49 plays. If we keep track of another 50 and we do that again, what will we be? 87%. 87%. I mean, I gotta hit this again. Fuck the goat sound. Bookies are
It's
not
pretty
happy.
crazy.
Dude, love
Honestly,
it.
man, it's something. It has been something. I mean, to say the least. You know, I can't even believe, honestly, that we've even had that many plays, and that's still not even counting, the first little part of the season where we went through a little ups and downs, and yeah, it's just, honestly, it's been unreal, and we really appreciate you guys. Hopefully, y'all been winning some cash with us too. It's something we've been proud of. We love basketball, and we're trying to do something special here. So if y'all want a little bit of money with us, make sure hit that like button down below, or just want to support the channel as always. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn the notifications on, and be a part of everything behind the scenes. Join the Discord. We got links for that down below. Still running the 7-day free trial, so make sure you guys check it out. Anybody that's been a part of it over the last month, you've well paid for your membership and then some. So don't miss out. We are running the weekly, monthly, we got season long, we got lifelong, all those options for you. So check it out down below. And let's talk about last night's. And then I think we'll take a couple questions. If y'all have any comments, questions, thoughts on players, what have you, make sure to throw them down below for us. All right, so let's talk about it. Oh, man. Big Reese. Reese absolutely crushed it for us yesterday. I mean, I don't think there was any doubt about that. Scoring was there like we expected, and even though that first rotation, Chicago had 4 turnovers, which kind of hurt our rebounding potential, still ended the game with a 17-17 and 4 stat line, just doing Reese things, looking like Barbie. And we had a lot on her yesterday. I had no doubt about it. Chicago's been a marquee matchup for the rebounding spot, and she showed us what's up. Loved it, man. I'm glad we got a lot of exposure to that. And also Jordan Canada, that first game sweep, picked that up with her. Fairly easy. She also stayed under her full game line as well. I know we had talked about that. More difficult matchup. Combo play was a bit unfortunate. Enrique picked up those multiple assists in a back-to-back three-point shooting. So that one kind of sucked. Paige also ended the game with 1 assist? 1 or 2 assists?
2. She had 2. 8 potentials
2.
only after 24 the day before. That was weird. I guess Minnesota's that good.
Yeah, man. So that sucked. And I think that was also something we maybe should have looked at a little bit closer to, because we had talked about the three-point shooting, and I didn't expect the entire team to get hot from 3. So that was quite the situation we got ourselves into. And also the good thing about that is maybe that'll entice the bookies to give us that 3.5 line again on more available sites, and we'll get our revenge back on that. I have no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Before we talk about AT, because I know I already see some comments about that. She
AT
got us. She
killed
got us.
me. AT killed me, man. We got to give her flowers, right? Second half beast. She said, I don't care if you're Golden State.
Man.
I do not care. I do not care if my team is crap. I will will a way to make this a game. It is what it is, guys. It happens.
Hurt me. It hurt me.
Did it hurt you? Didn't even hurt me.
We'll talk about that in a second. So just hold up. But the other game though, Skylar, I think honestly, no sweat there. The fourth quarter shenanigans kind of was pushing the limit, but I mean, we were chilling. Perfect first half. We looked great going into the fourth quarter. And then Courtney Williams, this is one of the, I gotta say, this is exactly why we target the unders. She was crushing in the first half. I mean, I know a lot of y'all were like, oh man, we're chalked here. I was definitely, feeling that punch in the gut, and things happen. But we even talked about it in the Discord. Again, shout out, you got to be a part of it. We doubled down, caught her live lines, were able to take that under.
Was about to say, yeah, I like it. Start out good, Courtney. We like that. Please do it again.
Yeah.
We'll take your live under, no problem. You're gonna get 30 PRA. Sure you are.
Yeah, so, we got to double down with that, but we even called it. I was like, hey, there was 3 minutes and some change. She came back into the game and started playing. And I said, as long as we can make it out of the half here with no more PA from her, I think we got a shot. And she came out in the third quarter. I mean, literally went scoreless and didn't record a single PA through the last 3 minutes and the entire third quarter. And the only reason she ended up becoming a sweat was the team was up 20 plus or whatever blowout time at the end there. And coach put her back in for the last 2 or 3 minutes of the game. And she even scored twice, and we were still way under that. So that kind of stuff happens all the time, believe it or not. And that's exactly why we play stuff like that. Just give us the right matchup, even though Dallas sucked yesterday, but still things worked out for us with the blowout, and she stayed under.
Yep. There you go. Can't be mad. I'm lighting this joint.
And then
I'm lighting this
Yes,
joint
sir.
just for this celebration, guys. So we got to think about how good we've been doing lately, and we'll be saying it later, but we're gonna have a chill day today. We're just gonna kick back. It's not the day to go super heavy. Just gonna chill today, and let the bookies do their thing. We'll come back and collect when the good plays arrive.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Now, Alyssa Thomas, one of those just unfortunate situations, because you were looking in the first half, hey, we ended with 12 PRA. She was killing the rebounds. We knew there was some danger with that situation, but also still getting the assist, which was quite unfortunate because we saw yet again Copper doing absolutely nothing out there and not providing any kind of support for her as far as scoring goes. But we felt great going into the half, and then AT just absolutely erupted in the third quarter. Also, I got to say, coach did not make any kind of changes. That was something she just left her on an island by herself. They didn't make any kind of adjustments in the second half, man. And she just went totally crazy, scored 13 points in 7 minutes in the third quarter by itself. So we still had kind of a shot, towards the end of the game there, but she just did way too much in the third quarter and put us too far behind. And coaches don't make adjustments like they normally do. It's just unfortunate, and it is what it is. But yeah, that was pretty sad to see, because there were so many different chances for them to, send help, send somebody else that was in the area already, and they just left her by herself. And every time she had a one-on-one matchup, she would just bully ball them and was able to get to the line way more than she should have too. So it is what it is. We got to live with the L's, but you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And that was one of the worst interior paint scoring matchups. And she showed us she was the boss, and, we just got to kind of live with that. But we'll get that good matchup here again. So don't you worry. Still 5-2 on the day. Can't be mad at that.
Right. We were about to be 6-1 at halftime, and then AT said, hold on. I am AT still. I still am AT, guys. Don't forget.
Yep. So, that sucks. And again, we're not going to be perfect, but we just take the shots in these appropriate matchups, and some of the times it works out because let's say AT didn't go out and score 13 points and the Valkyries didn't shoot. It was like 3 of 14 because they were up 20. Let's not forget that too. They were up 20. The game was over. All they had to do was survive one more quarter and we were good. AT was going to play 2 minutes at best in the fourth quarter and the game was done. But that wasn't the plan. That didn't happen to be the outcome. So next time, hey, maybe the pendulum will swing back in our favor. But we are here. We live to fight another day. We're still well ahead this week, plus 5.86 units. We got 3 plays right now locked in, stuff that we feel pretty good about and stuff that is still available. Again, today, please play lighter. For terrible defenses out there, we have also 2 tanking teams, Connecticut, Seattle. Neither one of them really playing for much now. Honestly, both just kind of going for that draft pick. But an underplay still popped up on the radar. We got another 3.5 first half assist line. Seeing that nice little tax for a full game prop that was at 6.5. I do like this under from Plum. So let's talk about it. I think let's talk about Edwards first, because this one could be subject to possible bumps, at least losing out on some of the value. Now, she is available, I believe, also on Prizepicks. Let me see what that payout was looking like real fast. So she's at 12 flat. I mean, you can still find her on some of the books at 11.5, which I will say I do like. Initially, we posted her at 10.5, but a majority of the people I know missed out on that line. So the 9.5 is still available on Underdog right now. But let's see, what is Prizepicks? All right, so Prizepicks actually just dinged the payout a minute ago for that. Do they have the 10.5 still? No, not at all. Okay, well, that's a bit unfortunate. Prizepicks is kind of really putting themselves out there for a push today. I do like the 12. I will say, we'll talk about everything matchup-wise. Looks like it's going to be a green light for us here. But Underdog probably going to give us his best spot on that. We got her at a 0.72. Now, looking at Edwards, we did hear from Coach she was going to be off her minutes limit, and she went out and played a pretty solid game. I think she had 29 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. 29 and some change, or it's 28 and some change. So close enough to, 30 minutes is what we're really looking for out of her. But again, no Moro, no Griner, no surprise there. Bro, I'm so over her. I'm so over her, man. She just needs to go ahead and retire and pack it up every year.
Collecting her money, huh?
Yeah, just collecting a check, but we'll see her when we see her. Now, with those 2 players being out, we know those were at least the top 3 scorers on the team, and it's going to open up a lot of volume here. We saw that from Edwards this last game in I would say a much, much difficult, if not one of the worst matchups possible, seeing New York. Now, granted, yes, JJ not playing last game, I think affected that a lot too, but still, in a general sense, New York not being an easy defense scoring-wise inside the paint, put up some fair numbers, and I think for her, this was still a fairly low line, and something that we could definitely have, I think looking back in a couple of slates that are like, whoa, that line was way too low. Remember that time that we had Edwards at 10.5, 11.5 points? Man, that was the good days. But this is the first game that we've seen her fully uncapped, and I think that there's a lot of question marks here as far as what her ceiling could be. But this is a great matchup. I mean, honestly, we couldn't ask for a better matchup. Toronto is just bleeding points in general, but more so points inside the paint. Looking at right behind Dallas, I think these 2 are going to be front runners all season for points inside the paint allowed. Toronto right there, just not really that formidable of a front court. They allow a lot of second chance points and offensive rebounding alike, but they're just giving up points. And there's also a reason why they allow the most assists in the league, number 1, just ahead of Portland. It's a great spot for her. I think metrics wise, we're just looking for the minutes, keep the game moderately close within 20 points, and Edwards should go out and give us somewhere in the range of 27 to 30 minutes tonight. Do I think she's going to have 17 field goal attempts again? Maybe not, but somewhere in the range of 11 to 13, I think is totally doable, plus sprinkling a little bit of free throw potential. It's a good spot for her. And she's also, little side note here, she is a oh my God, Canadian. She is from Canada. So this is a little, welcoming home game, if you will. Might be some family in the crowd for her, and just a little bit more of a narrative if we needed one for her to play, to expectations in this game. So I like her. Just give her the minutes, and somewhere in that range of double-digit field goal attempts, I think we're looking good here, man. Matchup is great for us. Great for us.
Yeah, perfect spot. It's like we said earlier, man. If the plays line up, it's just the time to do it. I mean, the plays the last few days have lined up. Angel Reese with those rebounds, perfect spot. Today we got Edwards off her limit. We know how good she really is. She just hasn't had the chance this season yet. We watched her in Unrivaled ball out. I swear, I want to say I watched her the year before, and she played one-on-one and got all the way to the finals and just balled out and showed us how good she really is. So put her in this matchup, man. Yeah, she's a really good player. She kind of got kicked out of Washington just because they have so many players, bigs, I would think. But yeah, she's definitely a good player here. Good spot, low line. It isn't over. So like E said before, just play light today, guys. And when we have the big plays, we are putting a unit on it on the list, but realistically in our pockets, we put a lot more money on other plays. So make sure you don't go too big. You never know what's going to happen. Could be a blowout. She could, miss 5 shots. We've seen it before. Put a little bit on it. Have fun watching it. Have a good day, regardless of what happens. Just keep it chill today. And cheer for Aaliyah. I like her.
Yeah. And I imagine there'll probably be a couple of questions about line-specific stuff for her. So at least for right now, I would probably pause on Underdog. If you're not playing the 9.5, I do like the 9.5 right now because this is a great discount that we're getting. If you want to take the 12.5 right now, I would probably pause. If you can't get it on Prizepicks, it's at 12 flat. But there's a real good chance this could bump back to 11.5. They kind of went back and forth with that for a minute. I do think this could go back to 11.5, but just keep an eye on this. If the odds start creeping back the other way, probably go ahead and take it here if you want, but a little bit better odds on Prizepicks right now. I think she is still available at 11.5 on a few different sites. Yeah, Fnatic still has her. Fliff also, so Fliff, Sleeper, DraftKings. This one on Sleeper, I actually really like that one. I think that's a good play. Plus her 10 plus point value or what have you is not bad on there either. Also, I will say, side note, her 10 plus on books, fairly easy to parlay that with something tonight too.
Just know it's an over. Just know it's an over.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yep. We're dancing with an over tonight, and that is going to be and is what it is. We try not to play too many overs, but if there is going to be an appropriate spot and or injury news, that's kind of been the exception. So not really we're kind of getting the hand forced a little bit here, and I know you might be able to live without playing it, but it does make sense, and everything's kind of lining up for us. I will say also in the preseason, these teams did match up, and in really limited minutes with also both other players, that being Griner and Morrow playing, we did see all of them really wreak havoc out there. I mean, Griner in limited field goal attempts put up 7 points, but Edwards, put up 14 points in just 17 minutes. So looking at maybe half the minutes that she could go out and play here. And that production looked pretty good, though. Most of the same pieces were here on the other side. And I think also losing right now Kia Nurse, man, that's been kind of another body or paint presence, if you will, because she played a lot more like a small forward. And now that we got Julie out there, she does not get any rebounds. I know she did this last game, but that was just kind of from the missed 3-point shooting. But she doesn't stand in the paint. Like, she's not somebody who's going to try and, go in and do it like that. She's more of a pesky, beyond the wing kind of threat.
Pesky. She's pesky.
Pesky. But yeah, so that's what we got for Edwards. Think it's a solid play if you want to play the bumps and stuff. To each their own. I didn't look. Did we get? You know who we got?
I was going to say while you were talking a minute ago, we got your home girl. We got her points. Oh, Izzy. Izzy got on the board. Oh, Izzo.
Did we?
9.5 points for Big Izzy. She balled last game.
She did. Her minutes are starting to creep back up too. And I mean, I remember her from Dallas. She was quite an impressive player before.
But she was hurt, right? Like right here. This is her first game, last game, so she might be in for some more minutes today. Not that I want to play her, but I like watching her play. Like watching her, period. Watching her,
she's
period?
She's a fun player, honestly.
Gross.
You're stupid.
Oh, sorry.
17 minutes. I do think she's probably going to stay splitting minutes with homegirl Laura. Never going to pronounce that last name right. But
LJ. She's
been pretty well capped right in the low 20s, sometimes not even 20 minutes. So there's a real good chance the two of them just continue splitting that because she's more of, the rebounder and kind of defender, if you will. And then Harrison's just more of a spot up shooter for the team, kind of the engine in the second unit, which I will say, I do like her. I mean, I'm a big fan of her. I know she is a try hard when she's healthy. So good to see her back in action.
Yeah.
But
it's good.
Keep an eye out for that too. I mean, I don't know if coach would move her in as a starter, but just in the off chance that he did, look out for that because those two players would switch there. And maybe that would put my interest in kind of two different directions. Well, one, it would definitely make Laura unders more appealing, but also I think for Harrison, that would make her, over scoring potential a lot more appealing too.
Yeah, for sure. So you think they'd start her over Laura? I guess that's all they could do. They wouldn't bench Sabally, huh?
No. She's their center.
Okay.
She's definitely their center.
So it'd be Izzy for LJ. But LJ is their youngster. They probably want to leave her in there and just bring Izzy off the bench. You would think. But never know. Never know.
Yeah, I mean, you never know because they've been tinkering with that lineup a little bit more now with Nurse out of the rotation for a hot minute. They got to think long term. Not really sure either. Whenever Fag Bentley is going to be back with the team, and normally I think that could be a concern if we were looking at on the other side them having a bigger front court. Like let's say if Griner and Morrow played today, and that was kind of looking like a New York front court or what have you. Then maybe leaving Laura out there makes a little bit more sense for that. But Connecticut, they're going to go small tonight. We saw them this last game. I mean, they played small for a majority of it, and it made a lot of sense. So I think that could kind of line up for Harrison here to continue picking up those minutes. And maybe even I wouldn't be surprised to see her play over 20 minutes tonight.
Cool. No, sounds good. Like I was saying yesterday, I'm excited to look through these comments because there's a lot of interesting plays that people are dropping right now. So, all right, cool. On to Plum.
Yeah.
Plum.
Plum dog.
Man, that's too high. It's too high, Plum. Too high for you, Plum.
Yep, you're higher than I am right now. Can't do it, man. We got to go under.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's crazy to see this last game because I did see the field kind of seemed a bit split about her. A few cappers posting her over 6.5 assists. Prizepicks has her at 6, and most of the books have her fairly juiced for under 6.5. And I mean, it makes sense. I'm not really seeing too much, mostly out of the first half is really what's been slowing her down for the most part. But I mean, we're looking at this line, it's just still taxed. It doesn't make any sense, doesn't line up with the full game metrics. So both Canada and Burton yesterday we talked about. I know Canada was on the list, but Burton we mentioned as well. Both of them ended up staying under their first half performance. And I think a lot of the times too, it's been more of a game flow where teams kind of come out slower in their first half, especially the away teams more so. But in just a general sense, it's not like we've seen, the fireworks coming out in the first half. It's always in the second half. It's always things, coaching decisions, stuff changes, the team morality changes because of whatever kind of a run they went on before in the first half. But a lot of the times these teams just come out kind of flat in the first half and stay pretty well on the average. And if they're going to give us lines like this, especially for a player who's just not hitting this bar this season, but not only this season, you look at her from last season too, this just doesn't make any sense. So we're definitely going to take advantage of this, and I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get this the next slate that she's on. And it's not like this is a great matchup. We've already targeted a couple of different point guards or guards in general against Seattle and have stayed under, not only their scoring metrics, but also just their assist potentials. So this is a good spot for us. I like the line. I think it's just too high, and they're offering a really good payout for it right now too. So it makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm. No, I love it. It's one of those ones where we trick the bookies with just looking through everything that they're offering, and it's a thing, man. They want you to play. What did most people play? Most people play the spread, the money line. That's why it's the hardest. And they got the most money put there to make sure that those are perfect lines set. Most people play if you're playing props. Most people play the points or the PRA, assists, etc. First half is sitting there. Sometimes first half gives you an advantage. So we always got to make sure look through. And we've been finding these 3.5 assisters when they really should be 2.5. 3 max, so got to take advantage. It could miss, you never know. Plum could get her 4 assists in the first half, but definitely something that I think is an advantage for us. So we must do it, man, and just sit back and watch the money come in. It either does or it doesn't. But if you make this play 10 times, probably 7 times it's going to work out. So that's what we got to do.
Yeah, I mean, if you played it, how many times? She's played 8 games so far this season. So
plus the matchup isn't good either, like you said. So it's even better than it looks. They're not playing Toronto today.
And another thing for her too is just really she's been the engine in the first half. Lately, we know Hamby's been having a lot of struggles, just offensively scoring from the field. But look at Plum's scoring numbers in the first half. If she's doing this, there's no way she's passing the ball that much. And I know last game she was just kind of getting the wheels back under her and still kind of ramping up on, conditioning and blah, blah, blah with the team. But normally this is her, like she's taking the shots. She's putting points up for the team and she's not really passing a whole lot. So they do a lot of secondary passes too. And I think in the second half for her, she gets to chill a little bit more in that regard. But still, that's overall, I mean, you look at the full game stuff, she's getting there for that line. But the first half, we're just not seeing that. So it's not even her. It's this means her teammates around her are just not playing well in the first half. And that's just kind of goes along with our theory that on most nights players just go out and be average. And if that means, at least two other main scorers around her have an average night, then where else are these coming from?
Yep. And the matchup too, slower team and decent on defense. They care about this. The only thing we might see is Plum to Hamby a few times because they try to get that going. I saw that last game in the second half. So if they continue that in the first half, that's probably the only way she's going to get us. But still love the odds that we cash on that one. So good to go, man.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. And I think I think we have to give Seattle a little bit more benefit of the doubt as far as their defense, because yes, last game, which we'll talk about here in just a second with Malonga, she was in a lot of foul trouble and that, kind of let Asia run wild for a little bit. But it's not like her and Pham aren't reasonable defenders. I mean, they were both 2 big-bodied players, so it's not like you're just going to get a free walk-up in the basket. And maybe even what we're looking at, season-long data is showing us a lot of the games now with Malonga being out, and maybe it's not quite a clear picture that we could see her go out and play, 28, 29 minutes tonight in a close game. And wouldn't shock me at all to see Hamby have quite an underperforming game just because she can't get inside this zone, under the basket. And if they're just pushing her out to that mid-range action, then, I'll take my chances with that. But this could be a lot tougher than what we've seen out of Seattle. They're a young squad. We got to give them the benefit of the doubt,
Yeah, I like Seattle a lot. I can't wait to see Pham get better. And Malonga's just, before the season started, I was like, wow, she's going to be amazing. She started up with a concussion, but she showed flashes, and it's going to only get better, man. You saw her against Asia. She was not scared whatsoever. She said, give me the ball. Her moves are nice. She could shoot. She's good on defense. She can rebound. It's exciting to watch, man. It's crazy. Dare I say, I actually like the WNBA. Dare I say? I mean, I like winning money, but as you're sitting here winning money, the original reason I pretty much got into this was because I knew that these lines were soft and we could make money. But the more I get into it, the more it's actually good, a fun league to watch too. All the new stories, Caitlin and all this extra crap happening with Indiana. It's just fun, man. I was looking at the games ahead that we got coming up. New York against Atlanta, that's going to be fun. So I'm chilling. The money's a bonus. The games are fun. Can't deny it.
Exactly. All right, we got one last play, and then I think we'll just kind of run through some of this other stuff that at least we did have on the radar. We were looking at. I know we're gonna have questions about NECA. Everyone's talking about, which I gotta say, I don't think the narrative is nearly as strong for her returning to Seattle, because it's not like she played there for a long time, anyways, and they already kind of had a feeling that the team's gonna get blown up in the offseason, anyways. So I don't think there's any kind of love lost there per se. Plus, she was able to easily slide back into the Sparks here with the super team that it is. So I think she's happy here, honestly. But we'll talk about that here in just a second. Let's talk about Boston. I think she is a super straightforward play. It's Chicago, baby. It's Chicago. Every time they play, rebound lines galore. Yesterday, we talked about rebounding potential for Atlanta, and I know all of the guards smacked rebounds, no problem. Howard did end up going over that RA, so I hope I talked whoever that was off of not taking the under. She also had 5 assists, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, still ended up with the rebounding. Great, got her rebounds, and obviously Big Angel got hers too. Well, we got another spot. Big Boston back at the house, which I will say, love to play her when she is at home. I do like the 7.5 line. I'm actually quite surprised that there is juice on her under, because I do think this could be subject to change. Now, if you don't have access to the 6.5 line, I'm totally fine with the 7.5 line as well. But this is our matchup. I mean, this is the primo de jour spot of any kind of center, power forward, whoever the main person is rebounding wise. This is it. So more so, we're looking for the 6.5 line just for the hit rating being a little bit better. You can't get this on Prizepicks. Underdog doesn't have it, unfortunately, as an option right now, but most of the book sites do as well. And Sleeper too. Sleeper's actually offering really good odds for the 6+ right now. It's our spot. I mean, this is just something, all green bars. We see it time in, time out from the center, power forwards. Last game was a perfect script for us in that regard. And now we got Boston back at home. Perfect spot for us. Don't even overthink it.
I was going to say, as we were talking about rebounding in this game, Billings was in foul trouble. So she only got 19 minutes last game. She still had 5 rebounds, and the game before she had 15 rebounds. Oh, she had 4 rebounds last game, sorry. 15 rebounds in the game before with those 35 minutes. It feels like they're trying to get Billings in there for some more minutes. I'm not saying we can play it because we can't trust the minutes, but if she did get 25 minutes, would you think she would get some good rebound chances as well? Or is it just Boston?
No, so I'm actually glad you brought up Billings, because we did get news here a little bit ago that Sophie Cunningham is going to be questionable right now. With her possibly missing out, that's going to free up room between her, between Billings and for Hull to play more minutes between the two of them. Just soaking that up between the. I do like her, man. I mean, honestly, I think it's a totally fine spot. She should hopefully play over 25 minutes. That's really what we're looking for. It's a great spot. I mean, honestly, both of them, real good chance they could both get there. I do like it. The only thing, again, we talked about this at great length with Reese yesterday. The only thing that's going to get us here is foul trouble. If Boston's dumb, goes out and gets really early dumb fouls, and we're going to be sweating it up.
Bro, she needs to chill on those offensive fouls she gets. Boy, oh boy. She gets too pumped up or something. She gets the ball and just punches people and expects not to get the foul called on her. And then she looks at the ref like, what? And then they show the replay and she punched somebody in the stomach as she's trying to go to the hole. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, man.
What are you doing? Yeah. So don't do that.
That would be, I think, our only sweat with her. But with it being back in home territory, hopefully she'll calm down a little bit and just let the natural rebounding happen. I'm not too worried about any of the other wing players besides, I think Clark. Clark might be a little bit more obnoxious in this game. But still, Boston should be out there for hefty minutes. We know she is no longer on that minutes limit. And just barring foul trouble, give us our around 30 minutes that you usually play, and I think we're looking good.
For sure, I like it. Perfect spot. The line's actually too low, so it's cool that they're giving us this value here. Yeah, I mean, that's all we got to do. Just find the spots, and when they're going to give us the value, play the value, and that's what we're doing here. So I'm with it, man. It's a fun one. Yeah,
and
Caitlin.
kind of a side note. No, Caitlin's just sorry. I was just looking at odds here just to put it on the screen. I will say also side note, because we talked about this yesterday with Reese as well. Hopefully you guys kind of laddered her up, took some of the, a little bit of the 15 plus, lines like that in between. But this is another prime example of somebody you could do that with. Like, they're offering really, really good odds for her double doubles, and her line is only 7.5. So, I mean, they have her assumed to get 8 rebounds, and we're talking about, can she get 2 additional rebounds for the perfect matchup? Because we know the points are going to be there. I mean, she's putting up 10 points. There's no problem in that. But the few extra rebounds, man, that's a really good payout, man. I got to say, just to kind of shout it out there, say we said it here today, but look out for that. They're offering good odds.
Cool. I like it. Only 3 plays, but 3 fun plays, I think. And 1 under, like we said before, just don't put too much money on it. Don't give money back to the bookies for way ahead. Just have a good time watching the games. It's not the best defenses today. We'll just chill. Put a little on it. Kick back. You can do it.
Yeah, man.
Don't be like, oh, I need to play. That's when you make the wrong plays. So it's word to the wise.
We'll probably have some more stuff for tomorrow as well. So I know people are going to be jonesing to put some bets on and get something to sweat out. But we'll have more stuff, I'm sure, tonight for tomorrow. We're still missing a couple of props that we're looking out for right now specifically. So stay tuned. Again, be a part of the Discord, all that stuff. As soon as we actually find the plays that we're looking for, we'll have it posted up immediately. And I'm not sure if you still have any kind of MPB action tonight, but hey, shout out to Big Dog here, overnight sweep, waking up to so much green this morning. That was lovely.
Well, I figured, we had such a terrible day in WNBA. We only went 5-2 that I had to, throw a little dessert together for the fam and the Discord. So I'm glad it came through. I was feeling really good about those plays. So the plan came through that I had been looking at for I want to say 2 weeks now. And it finally happened the way that I wanted it to happen. We got the plays I wanted, and bingo! 4-0. Wake up to all the green. Can't be mad about it, man. So I will say tonight we have one more play. Tonight we have one really good play. So that'll be in the Discord. We could match that up with some of these other plays and feel good about that. So, yeah, if Parlay Play had MPB, it would be over. But
oh, man.
We'd pair that with the live plays as we went. Oh my gosh, that would be just
phenomenal.
Too much. All right, so we're cool with those plays. We're at 57 likes already, man. People are really giving up the love. Appreciate you guys a lot. That is how we move up in this world. Baby. You guys don't understand how much you help us when you hit the like button. So thank you very much. Should we go through the comments? E, are you ready?
Yeah. Let's open the floor up. We're just going to kind of kick back for a little bit. I think we have a normal slate start today, 7 Eastern, and the late night hammer at 10. All right. Let's roll through them. Let's see what you guys got.
I love it. All right. M8685 says lock in, lock in. What's up, bro? Good to see you. Thanks for the comment. Thanks for the view. Thanks for the like. Michael D says, let's go. Let's go, bro. He says, ready to make some money tonight. All right, well, we just say, make sure tonight's not really the night to go hard. You want to make a little profit, just put a little on it, and we'll wait for the good plays tomorrow, guys. So don't put too much on them today. You got to just keep saying it, just to make sure you understand how much and how important it really is. 3 times says, what up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. I picked Courtney PR by mistake. Oh, man, because she did have those rebounds. Sorry to hear that, sir.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that, but don't worry. You lose some, you win some. Hey, sometimes your fat finger will win, so probably evens out in the end. No big deal. I love Hamby over 15 points. What do you think about Hamby? I mean, she's up and down this season, but we know she can definitely get there. And we know the matchup is, what is it? Moderate matchup. It's not the best.
Yeah. I mean, it's a reasonable matchup for a couple of different reasons. It is something, again, bookies are looking at a lot of metrics over the last month or so with Malanga being out, and only seeing her in limited minutes over the last 2 games is, it's kind of hard to predict that. So we are taking a little bit of a gamble there. But the free throw aspects are pretty decent. Seattle is giving up a fair amount of that, and just kind of looking at her shooting ranges here, this mostly kind of area that she hopefully could operate in. NECA does operate more so in this space, so I got to say that they kind of trade off in that regard. Hamby's a little bit more inside, and then you're beyond the arc stretches that she has. But inside the paint could be a little bit tougher. But we know she has a jumper. She's got that little mid-range action, that push shot. I like it, but man, Hamby's been so up and down this season. It's really hard to trust her. Decent spots. I like it. I don't love it.
Gotcha. F451 says, what up, doe? Like, comment, share, subski. Appreciate you, bro. 2 Dormes says, almost a sweep. Almost swept. Yes, we almost did. If we have almost sweeps every day, I'll sleep good, guys. It's just almost sweep every day. I'll be happy. I think we've had profit now, I want to say 2 straight weeks, so let's just keep it going. No jinx. ZB Miami says, let's go, fellas. What's up, ZB? And Logan's here. What up, doe? He says, Alyssa burned us yesterday. SMH, yes, she did. But don't shake your head. Don't shake your head. Because we got the other plays in. We're going to lose some. Just take a little hit on the chin. Bop! A little, ow! Oh, well. Don't even let it affect you. That's the name of the game. No emotions. We're going to win more than we lose. Keep it moving. 25 likes already, he said. We're at 61, Logan. What happened? Logan, what happened? We're on the come up.
That was probably much. I'm sure that was much earlier.
Yeah, not for real, but appreciate you, bro, because he's been here since we had so little likes. He's like, here we go. I feel it. Thank you, sir. ZB Miami says, good call on Courtney Williams, PA. Okay. We got lucky with that one, but we'll take it, right?
We'll take it.
Yeah, blowout happens, man. F451 says, where do you guys get potential assists? Ooh, a question that is very important. Ooh, this is something let me tell them a little story now that there's some people in here actually listening to us. We used to sit down by ourselves and write down the potential assists, and me and E would take turns on which games we were watching, and then we'd put them on a spreadsheet together. That's how nerdy and deep we are into this. So, just so you know. But now, that right on E's screen there, they now added that to this site here, Props Madness. So if you get to each player there, you can just see potential assists right there. And they don't update it like right after the game, but I think they're doing something similar to what we were doing. They're probably like, whoever's working for them is doing it because it's not anywhere else. It's not on Outlier. So Props Madness is super dope. So that's where you get it, bro.
Yeah.
DB Miami.
Just to kind of tack onto that though, I got to shout underrated out for putting me onto this site, because Props Madness is by far, I think, one of the best tools to have for probably just basketball in general, but more so for the WNBA. Having these potentials is really huge. But not only that, them tracking their player zones too, because they do that for not only their scoring metrics but also their assist zones too. So there's a lot of info that you can really scrape off of just this one site that, they are missing a couple of things, like maybe some of the first half stuff or some of these weird secondary props. But for just a lot of the standard stuff that, you can look at, it's really, really helpful. And it's $20 a month?
Yeah. And what's dope about it too, it's not a big company. It's just a couple people who got together and made this work. You know what I like too is when you're clicking around, there's no loading. I love sites like that. You know what I mean? It's so light. On your computer. I really like that feel. It just feels like you're in control. But there's a lot of good things about it. You guys should check it out. They're definitely not paying us. It's just made us a lot of money. So, you guys can go check it out. It really helps. And I think they're just more basketball oriented. I know they just added NFL, so I'm going to use that for tackles next year. We'll see how it goes. Anyways.
Yeah, NFL was their main thing.
Yeah. And NBA.
NBA, sorry.
Yeah, NBA. ZB Miami says, Alyssa, damn, it is what it is. It is what it is. It is. We can't be damning though, really honestly. It's just part of the game, right? I always say we use this as an investment. It's like stocks. Your stocks go down sometimes, but overall we want them up and to the right, and that's what we're going to do with this. But we have fun. We get to bet on players like we're putting money on stocks. We don't have to watch boring ass stocks. We just win money like this. Way better. Peyton Gibson says, look, Right? Peyton Gibson says Lacan under 12.5 points. Mabry under 18.5 points. Interesting. Here we go. Let's see. Lacan under. Mabry under. Scary matchups. What you say, E?
Yeah, they're definitely going to be a bit of a scary matchup for both of them, honestly. Lacan, I mean, she's just bad. Let's not even kid about it. She's just another bad player on this team. In development, long term, she could definitely be a much better player. But right now, this team is in quite a shambles. Good spot for her, though. I will say, I mean, the volume is still there for her. She didn't really do much this last game, but that was against New York. Almost in that still double-digit range, though, so that's kind of scary. I was actually surprised to see her minutes did come down a little bit this last game, though, only 26, and that sucked even worse because we also lost on our assist play and her playing even less minutes somehow. But maybe that's some conditioning or what have you. They played a couple games in a short spurt, and coach is still trying to ease her back into it. Fully rested, though, so she should be playing her 30 minutes if it is a close game. I don't mind the Lacan under because they could just spread the ball out a lot to the teammates like they did the last time. You really just need Edwards to carry her weight because they are going to have a secondary player to also be scoring for the team. That has, surprisingly, I would have never caught myself saying this, but surprisingly, that's been Sanaya Rivers lately. Would you believe that? It's a double-digit scoring game since moving back into the starters.
Yeah, well, they've had a lot of injuries by default. I think she's kind of there, and they got rid of Van Lith, right? So they're like, get in there, run around. If she could shoot, she'd be a Courtney Williams-ish, but she can't shoot. But it took Courtney a while to learn how to shoot. She might learn one day and be good. She has athleticism. She's fast. She can play D, right?
Oh yeah. She's got phenomenal defense, and I think honestly that's the thing that's really kept her in as a starter. But this last game, 15 field goal attempts, went 6 for 15, put up only 12 points, but I mean still modest 29 minutes. There's everything on paper that said this was a good night for her.
And you can tell that she's not a good shooter by her free throws last game, 0 for 4. That's just terrible.
Yeah, I mean she's a 57% free throw shooter right now, and 15% from 3.
It's her and Horston just battling for that same type of player. Like all they got to do is learn how to shoot, and they'd be unstoppable. But I do bring that up because obviously that was kind of an outlier performance for Sanaya. So keep that in the back of your head. That trade-off for Lacan not having so many attempts is because of Rivers, and maybe tonight that could be a little bit different. And not really sure how that's going to go. But I still think scoring-wise, she's not the best. 12.5 or whatever her line is still pretty high. I do like her assist. I gotta say, I know she burned us taking the under this last game, but this is a perfect matchup. Toronto again, top assist allowed per game, and asking for 5, the 4.5 normal line, that's not bad. And even on some places you can get her for a 4+ line, which is pretty good. I would be quite shocked if she did not have 4 more assists tonight. But what scared you away from actually making this play? I bet I know what you're going to say.
It's those potentials. Her 2-to-1 ratio is just still kind of hovering right there, and I think most of that is from Sanaya Rivers. So that's kind of the risk that we take with it. Just keep that in the back of your head.
Perfect spot though.
And then Mabry, it's Mabry. She's been honestly one of the most frustrating players to really get a read on the season, because the games that are tougher for her, she performs really well, and then the games that are really easy for her, she just doesn't go out and do anything. I like her. She's good to score 20 points any night, but taking the under, she is on a bit of a decline right now. Now, granted, some of these last games were kind of lopsided. I mean, we had a 21, 15, and 17-point spread for those 3 games. That could have something to do with it. I mean, really, you're just looking how much can they keep it close on the other side here. But I don't mind it. I mean, I think it's a fair play. Her lines are quite high. If she was at 17.5 like yesterday, I'd probably say pass on it. But 18.5 is quite up there.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, like first play of the season, we had her at 14.5 points. We saw her coming off of Unrivaled, and we know what she can do when there's no one else on the court. She's just going to drive to the hole or shoot her threes. But I mean, now at 18.5, she gives me Enrique vibes, you know? It's like witch they would people would call it, right? Like you take her over, she goes under, you take her under, she goes over. It's like, I mean, why even torture yourself? Especially at 18 and a half, so.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, we are talking about an under, so we're never going to say no to that.
Yes. More unders than overs, you'll be good to go. C-Dot says, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Join the Discord.
Oh.
What's up?
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, big dog. I was just thumbing through or looking over at my Twitter real fast, and I see Lacan won their half-court three-point contest today.
You won it?
Yeah.
I thought she couldn't shoot threes. She's at 0.5 threes. I was looking at her like she's not even a three-point shooter.
Oh, she's a shooter. She's just not a maker.
Yeah, bro. I kind of want to go
so
under
funny.
her just for fun. We should take her under for fun just because she got us last game with those assists. She had 9 potentials. She had 7 assists, 9 potentials. Like, come on, bro. That's wild. Anyways, C-Dot also said smash the hype button. Underrated and E just cash are the WNBA goats.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. What's up? What'd you say oh yeah for? You were disagreeing? It was like amen, kind of?
Yeah. Like, yeah, hell
Facts.
yeah, brother.
It was like facts. It was like that part. All right. CB Miami says facts revenge game. Speaking of revenge day, yeah. We'll get them all back. You know, when Enrique goes and gets her assists, she'll be back with the 3.5 in the right spot, and we'll get her. Asia, we might leave alone for the rest of our life, but yeah. Asia might be the only one. We'll let her get us and just you won. Thanks, Asia.
We learned.
Fun. Tori's here. What's up, bro? He says, what's up? Let's have some fun today. I like Hamby first half rebounds under 3.5. Interesting. And points under 7.5. So he's liking her under first half stuff. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, hey, you know, we took a look at Plum from earlier and how many shots or points that she's been putting up. That's going to come at a cost for somebody, and there's just so many mouths to feed in the starting 5 right now, and especially with Wheeler being out there too. This team's just loaded, and even their bench unit has been playing pretty solid. But for Hamby, you know, again, I think mostly the first half struggles, especially over these last, 6-7 games or so, that's really been hurting her overall production. Not too much as far as like foul trouble. I mean, she's still playing her normal allotment of minutes, so it's not like most of that is changing. I think she was in foul trouble against Vegas, if I'm not mistaken, but for the most part, playing her pretty normal minutes, and the field goal volume still pretty low. It's mostly just 1, efficiency, and then 2, the matchup wise as far as how many free throws they're allowing, because this has had a wild difference. The just free throw volume that she has in some of these games really reflects on what her actual scoring metrics look like. So you can see here in those spike games where she really was able to get to the line, that showed the production, and then the games where she's not, it's been quite a different story. I don't mind it. She's going to be out there doing her thing. I know a lot of the narrative today is for Agumake to have herself, a revenge matchup and what have you, which, I mean, technically speaking, if I had to pick my battle, real good chance Hamby's going to be seeing a lot of Malanga. So that would leave NECA seeing Fom on the other side, who, excuse me, on paper should have a much better matchup, and Fom could definitely see some potential foul trouble here, so that would open up even more chances for her scoring. I don't mind it. You're not going to be able to say no to an under. I think those are both totally fine looks. And even the rebounding for Hamby, it is a little bit higher. I know this one, excuse me, is kind of a favorable line. The 3.5 lines up with a full game prop. But most of her woes are coming from this first half stretch here. So if NECA continues to cut into her production on the glass, I mean, this is going to stay pretty well the same. So, oh my goodness, my allergies are so bad. Mostly, dog, you're just sweating the offensive rebounds. Just keep those low, and I think that one's fine too.
Okay. Going for an under. I like how you're thinking. It's pretty scary, but it's fun. Q Donkey says, NECA Fantasy. NECA Fantasy,
Yeah,
back in Seattle. This back in Seattle thing, I don't know. It's like you're saying, I feel like NECA's that type of player too. She doesn't give a F. She doesn't care. She's just out there, trying to win games. I don't think Seattle's going to matter much to her, personally.
Yeah, so if you want to play her, hopefully you guys were in the chats last night. I told y'all for sure it was going to bump, and it opened at 28.5, which I thought was a fantastic line. and now Prizepicks is out of their mind. They bumped her all the way up to 31.5, so already seeing quite a bit of movement there. Yeah, 3-point bump is kind of crazy. But I still would not mind the 29.05 here on Underdog. I think that's totally acceptable. Now, you and I were talking about a couple different options for Agumike here. Two of them, I think, were still pretty strong plays. One of them being the points plus rebounds. I think the 23.5 is a totally fair line for her, honestly, for a full game prop. But on Underdog, at least you can get her 19.5 for a 0.75. And this one looked great. We're getting discounts on both of them. And this is a pretty solid spot for not only the rebounding aspect of it, but I think scoring potential for her. She is going to be a little bit more the 3-point shooter, whereas Hamby just operates mostly inside that paint area. So I don't know about official list for today because I don't know if I'm necessarily sold on the narrative right now, but most of the stuff is lining up for her. We just need her to keep doing her thing, keep scoring double digits, and she should be able to fall into that production.
I was going to
One other option, though.
I just wanted to throw out the idea of her rebounds. Like, we've never seen her care about rebounds, but those last 3 games, what? 17, 12, 10 or something like that? Like, is something different, or is the ball just bouncing to her these last few games? 17 is double-digit rebounds for NECA? Have we ever seen that? She's usually like, whatever. She's like FOM, right? Like, if the ball bounces to me, I might put my arms up and get it, but...
Yeah, no, I mean, this is one of the best rebound seasons that we've seen out of her for quite some time. Her last best was, I believe this was a season either without Hamby or that Hamby got injured and wasn't playing. But yeah, I mean, way higher rebounding rate than we saw from her in the last 2 seasons now with Seattle.
So what I'll say about that is if we can count on her rebounds and they're on the lower side for what she's been getting, decent spot for the rebounds. It's actually a really good spot for rebounds. And her points are always pretty consistent. If we alt it down 4 PR there, I think we have a decent play. Putting it on the list, making it official, not necessarily because it's an over and you never know, but I could see a blowout in this game too. But it's a fun play. It's good value. I think it's pretty good value for Underdog.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
They did bump her first half. I know the first half was at 14.5 yesterday, and I'm sure that was extremely popular too.
I have a good idea for this too. You know how we did the good luck likes when we got to 25 likes before? And we were like, we needed 25, and then we get 25 and we'd be like, yes, good, we have good luck today. And then we did 50, I think, a little bit last year. Now that we've on this level and we're doing better and there's more people in here, I think we should make 69 the number. Is that good or no? We just hit 69.
Our new lucky number.
We just hit 69 likes, guys, so appreciate you. Just want to throw that out there. When I look up and see the number, it's just me and my immaturities. But anyways, you ready? Or are you talking NECA still? Okay. Big Logan says, yes, sir. Light that L underrated. Yes, sir, I did. You can tell I'm just talking nonsense. So excuse me if I am a little nonsensible. Hey!
Oh.
To Dermes. No, this is more important. He says Owen Wilson again, and I love it. If you're the one who brought it up yesterday, thank you so much. I forgot, and that should stick. You should change your Discord name to that.
You're cracking up about that for a minute,
dude. That's a good one. That is a really good one. Yeah.
I was just going to say real fast, the other play that we were looking at for Agumike, though, was the 11.5 line on Underdog at a 0.72. That's not bad. That's quite a 3-point discount for that. That's definitely nice.
Yeah, Underdog's being generous here with the NECA lines. And the 2 pickers at 3.5x. We've said it many times, but never know who's listening. If you don't know, Underdog is the one of these fantasy sites that gives you decent value on 2 picks. So if you have the option, make sure to play it there and look at your payouts. Make sure everything you play is the best value you can find. And, that's how you're going to win in the long run. CB Miami says, I would do Lacan assist today over 4.5. What do you guys think? We talked about it a minute ago. You kind of like it. I'm kind of scared because only 9 potentials and she got 7. So that scares me off. She could get there. It's a perfect spot. kind of up to you, but right, we're kind of undecided on that. I'd lean over just because she's in a good spot.
Yeah.
Can she get 7 again, E, and then we get her at 5.5 in a tough matchup again, and we can get our revenge? That's what I want.
That's what I'm hoping on, honestly. Like, let this be the game where she snaps off on her assist rating and let them bump it at 5.5 for next slate. Yes, sir.
Q Donkey says, back to Moscow for Griner. Wow. That's mean.
Oh, for real.
Heaton 4 says, what's good, gentlemen? Heaton 4, what's up, bro? What's up, bro?
What up?
Comic Charlie's 00 says, would you take Edwards under 12.5 points? I'm going to guess E is going to say no. We like Edwards a lot. 12.5 is kind of too much to go over, but I definitely wouldn't go under, right?
Yeah, I probably wouldn't mess with her unders tonight. There's a lot of positive things really working for her today.
All right. Heaton 4 says also LA plus 100 minus 0.5 spread in the fourth quarter against Seattle on FanDuel. Now, you're talking some fourth quarter spreads. Whew. You like to cheer for things that just, who knows, right? Like, who knows? Who knows? Because that's like,
that sounds like an interesting sweat.
Bro, that's like DGen plus DGen, then another DGen when you think about it. So, hey, that's a hard one to answer to me. That's tough, man.
It's so crazy, it just might work.
It might, but the thing is, what I would do is I would wait until you're seeing how the game goes, because if it's a blowout, it could be totally different players on the court at the end of the fourth quarter. So I'd wait till the third quarter, and then make your decision then. Then you have a few more possibilities to go either way. Khadijah Pierce says Sabali rebounds or points. And I remember her questions from yesterday because I was watching the games and I was like, Ryan Howard got all those assists and 15 potentials, and even Angel went over the 3.5 assists at the last minute. I still like the Angel call. Yeah. It is what it is. It happens. But Sabali rebounds and points.
Yeah, so, I mean, the rebounds, I'm definitely not mad at that. There could be plenty of missed shots for her. Slower pace on the other side, so, I mean, there is that, unfortunately. But the scoring aspect for her, it's not the worst. I do like the minutes that we've seen out of her, and she's been a lot more productive. But the man, it's kind of hard to read this data off of here, though, because this is going to have Griner and Morrow kind of baked into it. So let's say maybe the opponent rank is probably closer to like a 6 and some change, not the 4 that we're seeing here right now. Now, the transition for her, or transition scoring for her, has been phenomenal. I will say there's going to be plenty of possibilities of that tonight. The putback rating, a bit tougher. Adota likely going to be picking her up. She is a big body defender, so could see some free throw potential. So Nelson Adota does like to foul, so I don't mind that. I think she's fine. Not in love with it, but she's in a reasonable spot. It's just been a little bit of this season with her, though, with the points. The rebounding's been a little bit more consistent, but it kind of seems like we're getting capped at that 6 marker.
Yeah, doesn't seem like much value with her. Byron Sanchez. Yeah.
Her potential assists, though, are something. Don't sleep on that. So if you're looking at her rebounding, I would say maybe even pivot over to. They bumped it up. Never mind. She was at 7.5 earlier, but that line's just way too good for them to leave up there. Even her fantasy. If you're looking for something, I think maybe kind of steer in that direction for her fantasy line, because she does a lot. She'll get blocks and steals, but this assist potential the last couple games has been real nice.
I just want to throw out there again, her fantasy does make sense, but let's just remember these are overs, guys. So if you do play it, just put a little bit of money on it for fun, because that's all we got when it comes to these type of plays. I would say with any leans, do that. You can only learn from it, and it makes your mental learn. Like, you pay attention. Bet $5. Bet $5 and then just watch what happens. It makes you actually watch what happens, because it's only $5, but you pay attention when you do that. So every lean, if you're trying to learn still, make the play and learn how you felt before the play happened, how you feel after the play happened, what happened in your mind, and then you'll just keep getting better at it. Byron says parlay play got her at 9.5. That must be Sabali. Okay. And Do y'all like Wheeler or Heidemann for the 3.5 assists? Now, that would be alt for Wheeler and probably alt for Heidemann, too. Do you like their alt 4+ assists? We know Wheeler can get there. Actually, they'll both probably get there, huh? But
Yeah.
it's a few things, though. I mean, blowout would be scary, but they both should get there, huh?
They should, honestly. I mean, I think Heidemann might be your kind of more sweatier one of the two options. Wheeler's been proven. She had that one little blemish game, but, returned to business right afterwards. So I think this matchup probably boasts a little bit better for her. Heidemann is nice, mostly just with Malanga back. She has a reasonable connection with her, and being able to build a little bit with Fom as well has helped out. I do think she is due for some regression. The field's been kind of split on taking her. I've seen a couple people talking about her overs, and then now lines moved afterwards, maybe looking back at it, some unders. She's been playing really well. Got to give her, credit due there, but I don't know. We've seen Heidemann over the years. She just normally is not that kind of player. So does that change? I don't know. But the assist, I think, totally fine. I mean, this team's really limited on playmakers, and Jade not starting, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't think so.
Yeah. So her also not being in the starters just by default is going to push her potentials up at least a little bit higher. And so Jade's been coming off the bench there. It's fine. I mean, I think the.
Sorry, I was just looking at her threes made, and I was like, she's not known for hitting threes, but she's been hitting the threes this season. It's crazy. So I don't know. I was just thinking about a different prop for her. Like, what could we do? I mean, they got her lines kind of high. I almost want to go under, but this is not the matchup again. I gotta stop myself. This is a terrible matchup. She could go off against Sparks, so gotta kick back. But for the assists, maybe so, right?
Yeah. I mean, she's doing so much for the team right now. Honestly, I'm not even that mad at the fantasy. I don't know if the steals are going to continue like this, but even still, the PRA or the PA would make some sense.
Fear Nothing says no grinder, no Morrow today. Nope, that sure isn't. That's why we're going Edwards, at least for the alt, and praying that an over comes through. Hey, Reese came through. We've got some overs. The ones that we do pick have been coming through, so can't be mad. Marbury Mabry for 7.5 RA, B. Fraser says. He calls her Marbury. That's a pretty cool name for her. I remember Stephon Marbury. He was pretty good.
It's an appropriate line. Not really in love with the matchup. Again, we're going to see things kind of slow down on the other side there. Not many 3 points going up here. Now, I will say she plays a lot more like a small forward, and especially with Rice being out now, she should, you see a few more opportunities to, grab rebounds here and there, but the overall, just kind of looking at players in a similar position. Can you slide this screen over just a wee bit, or is that too far?
Or you want the top?
Yeah. Well, no, the stuff here down at the bottom.
Oh, gotcha.
I can't show this here in the middle, can I? That's okay. You can see all the red bars here anyway, so just similar players, what they're holding them down to. It started off really, really good at the beginning of the season, but I don't know if that was just the Aces playing, back-to-back games against them really well. But most of the other players, kind of mediocre outings. I mean, we're talking barely just hitting their lines. Don't love it. I would not be surprised to see her stay under her RE and just take a bunch of field goal attempts tonight. It's Mabry, man. It's whatever amount of rebounding she wants to do. That's really just is what's going to carry that over.
Marbury, Mabry, yeah. Interesting. Let's see. Heaton 4 says Plum versus Heidemann threes. Would you take Plum with a minus 116.5 spread? See, Heaton 4 goes deep with these different plays. I like it. I will say, man, Heidemann has been chucking threes. You would take Plum on a normal day, but hard to say, man.
Yeah, man. If it was a road game, maybe I'd consider that a little bit heavier. But Plum on the road, we really haven't seen a whole lot this season so far with her being out that one game or two games as well on the road. So I mean, just the 2 games, she played really, really well at her home game back in Vegas. But That was her two best games of the season too. I think it's fine. I mean, you're really gambling there. That is a true coin flip kind of play.
Just like the fourth quarter 0.05 spread for the game as well. Those are just, I mean, if you do it for fun, that's one thing, but I don't think you're gaining any advantage either way. Fear Nothing says fave play is Plum's sexy ass 20 points. Calm down, Fear Nothing.
Ooh.
Calm down. No, but what I will say about Plum, he made me think about Plum. I'm like, why do people think Plum is attractive? And I was like, yeah, she got that first look. But then when you really look at her and we joke around, she looks like the Joker kind of when she has her makeup out in that way. And you're like, I don't know if I can like Plum. But then the other part about Plum is how she runs around on the court. Something about it. It makes you feel like, I don't know. Yeah, but she's fast. She moves. The way she just moves her body makes her attractive. I don't know why. Been smoking this joint, but it is what it is. It's true. It's true. All right. So what do you think about
You're
Plum?
a mess.
Sorry. What do you think about Plum, though? It is true.
Plum's going to do Plum things. This last game, she really had an underwhelming first half. So as long as she goes out and just does her thing there, I mean, we know she's going to turn up in the second half. But I don't mind it. Her lines are a little bit higher than what I think her ceiling might be just overall down the stretch with the team. She looked great this last game. Looks healthy. I'm not too worried about that. The only, I guess, real concern would be just if this game does blow out, Coach might dial the minutes back a little bit with her, having that ankle injury. But it's Plum. It's Plum. Plum and Mabry. I mean, you put those two side by side to go for 20 points any given night.
Man, Plum's been really consistent, though. That one time she had 2 points in the first half, and then we still took her over 14.5, and she still hit for us. So I'd take Plum any day over Mabry as far as, being consistently scoring. So what is her line? 20.5? Not very high. It's not bad.
Yeah. 20.5, you might be able to get her for 20 or more points on some places. But yeah, it's Plum. Plum going to do Plum things. And if not, then look for Plum's live line because that's always a smacker.
True. JR says, do you guys like NECA over rebounds? Been bumping up since yesterday. Yeah, we talked about that. We like her PR. I think her PR a little bit better, right? Than just relying on the rebounds?
Yeah, because she was 7.5 yesterday. And, I mean, if you want to play the 6.5, it's okay. But the odds definitely got worse since yesterday. Yeah, PR line honestly looked the best. Or still here on Underdog. I don't believe they've adjusted her fantasy just yet. Nope, they just bumped it within the last 10 minutes. So
okay,
they are bumping her. She's seeing a lot of eyes today. A lot of eyes.
Yeah. So with NECA, we've just seen her be inconsistent with rebounding. So we would have to keep watching. I don't trust it quite yet. So throw the points in there with it. Give you another chance. She definitely has that floor of scoring a lot of times. So feels a little bit better. Let's see. Just back the Lynx team to win quarters and or blow out a team. LOL. They usually win. Hey, they've been winning. I feel you. Bennett is here. What's up, man? He says, would you take Plum under first half 14.5 PRA on PP? Plum under first half, because first half sometimes she does chill. Would you count on that?
It's not a bad play because, I mean, we are looking at her under assist. And, I mean, truthfully, you're just sweating whatever the RA is because, or whatever the points are, because the RA obviously is not that high. We know she's not a big rebounder to begin with. So looking at the assist in the first half specifically, you're just sweating the points, man. I mean, honestly, you're just sweating the points. Not the best matchup, but technically speaking, it's a better matchup for Seattle. And they should cover her a little bit better. But we never know. Never know.
3 times says love Olivia. She's a beast. Olivia.
Yeah.
She is balling. Fear Nothing says, so is Boston the only play for tomorrow?
For right now, yeah. We'll probably have some more stuff up. I mean, that I have no doubt about. But they're still waiting on a couple of other players. We're looking for a few props here. And nothing really standing out that looks, like a smash now per se. But I'm sure we're going to have more stuff. I would be quite shocked if we did not. Just keeping it light tonight, though.
Asper Decor says, I hope Angel Reese gets sponsored by Reese Candy someday. Okay. John Kemp, what's up? He says, sup, gang? Sanaya Rivers over 9.5 points with a emoji.
I think it's a fine play, honestly. The volume could really come back down tonight if Lacan starts shooting the ball more. But 15 attempts last game look promising. It's a decent matchup for her, no doubt. I mean, we know she can't hit a 3-ball, so scoring inside the paint should be there. But pretty good chance she might see a little bit of Sykes on the other side, so I don't know how I feel specifically about her on-court matchup. Everything's going to be there for her to do it. Just can she convert those shots? Can she make a bucket?
Asper Decor says, how good is Connecticut without Brittany?
Well, even with Brittany, they're pretty terrible. So without her, I mean, they
Probably
fared
better.
really well this last game.
Probably better.
I mean, honestly, I would say you can't really do much worse than where they were to begin with. But
Right.
yeah, it does help a lot on the transition defense. Tightens up a little bit better. Nelson Adota is a lot better at that. Luzumoro really hurts, but they'll be kind of playing smaller tonight. So that should help out with with Edwards quite a bit in her scoring aspect and just minutes being there for her. But yeah, the team Connecticut's so bad.
Yeah. F451 says, does Props Madness have rebound chances for WNBA? It has the label there, but it never gives you the number. I'm waiting for one day it to pop up, but I got to ask them. But they don't as of now.
Yeah, it doesn't even show me the option thing anymore.
Oh, it used to be, but now it's not. What if you scroll over like Mabry's games? Yeah, there. No, like up where that green bar is. Like to say that. Or like, you know, when you can, yeah, right there. Nope. Where go down. Go down on the bars. Yeah, there. Does it say rebound chances in there?
Here?
No, you had it.
No.
Where it shows potentials and all that.
No. Didn't let me click on
There.
anything.
No, not click. When you hover over any of those bars, it brings up that right there. See how it says rebound chances 0?
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll
But
probably
I
have
do-
it hidden away in there.
Yeah, but I don't think that it's working. Because I've been looking for it, and it always says NA. It says 0 today. That's just weird. Hopefully they add it, though. Let's see what else we got here. Dante Davenport says, should I take Plum's 6 assists over or under? We got 3.5 first half underdog. So I wouldn't lean one way or the other with the assists. What about you?
Yeah, I'd probably leave it alone on Prize Picks. It wouldn't surprise me to see her stay under, but she had an insane amount of potentials this last game, so I don't know if I would have really messed with the full game necessarily, because the fact that she had like 18, it was like 16 or 18.
Yeah.
15 potentials this last game, but only picked up 1 in the first half somehow. That's a little weird.
Yeah. Scares me definitely off the under, though, unless we're getting that value for that first half. Ayo says, hey, yo, what's up, bro? He says, one more like for 70. The WNBA GOATs. That means we're 16 likes behind because we're at 86 likes. Thanks, guys. Jay Band says, what made you guys want to get into betting because y'all don't miss? Hey, that's very nice to say. I didn't know what I was reading until I got to the end. I was realizing now he says we don't miss. We miss, bro. We definitely miss.
Yeah, we're not perfect, but I know for me, I was, long story short, working a 9 to 5 and was doing this a little bit on the, as a hobby on the side for the last several years, and got laid off from my job during COVID and started doing this a little bit here and there. And then once sports started resuming afterwards, I was like, you know what, let me try this full time and see what happens. And here we are.
Same. That's funny. I didn't even know your story. You told me. Now I know. I didn't realize it was COVID. Mine's the same way. I was doing music so much, and then COVID happened. I couldn't go do shows anymore. And then I started doing this. I said, wait a minute. This is way easier making money than music. There you go. And I'm still here.
Yep. I was hustling and bustling cards. I was selling Magic and Pokemon stuff during pandemic, and side hustling my way until things got back to normal.
Always find the value. The best part about it is, guys, once you get to the point where you think you can win, you get to put any number in that box and win that amount of money. So name me something else like that. Nope, nothing. Said Cal says, hello, everyone. Hello. What's up, bro? He says, any goblins for the WNBA that you are confident in? That's an interesting question. Any goblins? There probably some. Even though those are overs.
Some pretty good ones today. Lacan 3.5 goblin. I know. Boston 6.5, 5.5 rebounds. Let's see. Heidemann. You probably squeak in this 3.5 assists. I don't mind that. The PR and points for NECA and Malonga. Probably just points on Malonga. Don't mind that. Fam. I think she goes all the way down to like 7.5. 7.5 is not bad either for her. Wheeler, same thing, 3.5 assists. And then most of the other stuff I'd probably just kind of chill on. Or even Edwards. Edwards 9.5 still for her too.
That's a good one.
Yep.
That's a good one. Edwards 9.5.
All those.
Let's see. TJ Chapman's back. What's up, man? He says, I need a slapper tonight to make up for all these bills. Hold on.
Ooh.
That must be a joke. That must be a joke. You can't do betting like that. I think he's joking with us. He says, with Griner out, who grabs the rebounds for Connecticut? Toronto shoots a lot of threes. Toronto does.
Yeah, they all kind of rebound by committee. Mostly it's going to be Nelson Adota, a little bit of Edwards, and then sprinkle in, Diamond Miller, Rivers, what have you. Mostly Adota, and then, I think Adota, Edwards, pretty clear, and then whoever else is just kind of whoever.
Ivory Johnson says, I got a Marine. Huh?
Oh, I was just going to, sorry, thinking out loud. I was like, did we even get Nelson props?
All right. Yes, you did.
Yeah, we did.
Looking all around because we have no unders today. We're looking for psycho plays like Nelson Adota. No.
She might get 10 points.
Yes.
I would not be surprised if we're looking at back tomorrow. Her and Edwards 10 plus.
Yes,
no problem.
Yes, she might. We don't bet mites.
That's right. Mites are on chickens.
There we go. Ivory Johnson says, I got Marina for over 7.5 PR. He must mean PA. Marina Mabry?
RA?
I think so. 7.5 RA? That makes more sense, right?
Yeah. We talked about it. I mean, it's mostly just on her rebounding if she goes over that line. She's been playmaking a lot lately. Even with Julie back the last 2 games, her potential's been trending up. So I'm not sure what's up with that.
I got a good comment for us, E. Khadijah Pierce says, came across y'all's channel Friday, been locked in ever since. Y'all boys really know your shit on the W. Keep up the good work. Love from Broward County, Florida. See?
Love it.
See?
We appreciate that so much. Thank you.
That is awesome. And she says, last question, do y'all like Malonga points or Flage points?
I low-key like Malonga quite a bit today. I think this last game, she got into a lot of foul trouble, and especially in the first half, that put her minutes down. Even the third quarter, she came in and played a minute and picked up her 4th foul, and coach benched her immediately. She was on track to play about 12 to 13 minutes in the first half, so we got to assume, 1, with her being back in the starting lineup, that she is mostly healthy, and then 2, her minutes, I would say I'm projecting her somewhere in the range of 27 and 28 minutes. But she got to stay out of foul trouble. Just no fouls tonight, please.
Cash.
And Flage, I'm good on. Sorry.
Yeah, she's scary. She looks like she'll be good one day, but scary right now. Cash Trap says Broward in the building 954. Let's go. Alrighty. Shout it out. To Dermot Mess says Plum's voice is unique. I mean, is it, bro? I don't know. I'll let you tell it. TJ Chapman says Hamby under 7.5 rebounds. Hamby under rebounds. TJ Chapman wants an under. He's calling for an under. He says, I need an under to feel good about my life. I feel you, bro. Hamby under rebounds, though? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think, honestly, considering the rebounds, I don't mind the RA even. We've been attacking her assist downside potentials that we've seen lately, and the actual rebounding part of it could be a little bit scarier. It's kind of a positive matchup for that. But she could see some foul trouble against Malonga. Her minutes see any kind of a reduction. That'll really hurt it. I don't mind it. She's been staying under, but man, has she been walking that line real close.
Yeah, never know with her. Ayo says Plum is loyal. Plum is loyal. Plum is kind of loyal, to be honest. Plum comes through, man.
She respects the coin.
She does. She's one of the onlys. We were talking the other day. One of the only overs that you can actually consistently say, I think she's going to come through. Heidi assists. Get checking all day says Heidi assists. Not bad.
Yep. Yeah. I think it's a fine play, especially on a smaller slate. The 4+ line is very acceptable. 4.5 line, half units, smaller unit size today. But yeah, she's a good look, good spot.
Big Kev's here. What's up, bro? He says just double checking. Are we high on NECA 9.5 alt points?
Yeah, she hasn't missed that this season. I mean, if she misses it in this game, I'd be quite surprised.
Is this the Big Wet official?
Well, I mean, it's just a terrible payout alt line. I mean, I would hope she gets that.
But I swear, this is the one he said yesterday. This is the one he's putting his name on, right? His right nut, as if you might, right? I like it when Big Wet goes out on a limb like this. No, I saw it last night. He said NECA's his play. He said write it down. 9.5 points NECA. So there we are. Just want to shout him out so we can watch that. And if she goes under 9.5, trust me, you gonna hear from me, boy. You gonna hear from me. Kevin Thomas says, also Mitchell over 14.5 points.
Yeah, Kelsey's been good. I mean, I don't see any reason why she shouldn't be able to get that here. Mostly if, there's a blowout concern, maybe, but she's been good for it.
Sabally over 8.5 field goal attempted seems too low.
It is pretty low. I mean, she's definitely scoring the ball a lot more for the team right now. And I mean, 3 out of the last 4 games, very impressive. The Seattle matchup, I wouldn't read too much into because it was quite the blowout. So she didn't need to be out there for any extended amount of time. I'm just still waiting on seeing her play over 30 minutes. That's been just kind of a weird thing between her right now and whatever rotations they're running. But look out for her. One day she's going to play over 30 minutes.
I know she disappointed us one time this season already, but she's pretty decent. He also says no Morrow and no Griner. I think he was meaning like maybe she'll have a better chance out there with no Morrow and no Griner. What do you think?
I mean, hey, Nelson Adota's no little girl. I mean, she's 6'5", so it's not like you're getting much of a downgrade there, but it is a better spot. Obviously, not having them clogging up inside the paint area is going to help out a lot, and you could definitely get some free throw potentials out of her, which could kind of knock down a few of her field goal, potentials that she might have overall. But it's a good spot. She's looked very impressive, and losing those other players on the other side can only help out.
Sean Kemp says that beat in the background, Cole 100. Hey, appreciate you, bro. I made all these beats in our background. Just got to toot my own horn real quick because it's fun putting the beats behind it. I get to hear my own beats while we talk sports. Can't beat that. Let's see. Even her defensive rebounds over 3.5. He's talking Sabally again. Defensive rebounds 3.5.
Oh yeah, that one's actually not bad. I'm kind of surprised they put that back up on the board because I believe that was there for the last couple games. Yeah, that's something for her. It's not too bad. She does get a fair amount of offensive rebounds too, which some of those are leading to her free throw potentials that we've seen. I don't know if I would necessarily just take one side of the coin or the other. Maybe honestly, just probably straight up rebounds is the better lean if I had to say. She's not at 1.5 offensive rebounds again, is she? No, she's at 2.5. Yeah, so they know.
You're probably the only person in the world that ever looked at Sabaly's offensive rebounds and knew the number. Like no way you know that. Okay. You are a degen. Yay! It's a good thing. Ayo says underrated beats, fire beats. Thank you, Ayo. I appreciate you. This is Days like this when there's no unders, it makes me want to go make some music. So I can't wait to get out of here and do some. Matt says, who do y'all think has a better game, Heidemann or Flage?
Probably Heidemann if I had to pick there. Good chance that either Wheeler or Plum's picking her up on the other side. Flage is just a little unpredictable right now, with having players moving into the starting unit, Pham moving into the unit, now Malaga being back with the team after so long. There's just a lot of moving parts right now. It's hard to, really trust that she's going to get that much kind of volume overall like we've seen out of her.
Kevin says, can Plum get 23 points? Kev, you know better to ask that question, man.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes, she can. Said Cal says, I know I might be off topic, but any NBA finals picks that you guys, I want to nuke something. Well, definitely don't nuke that. 'Cause I have no idea personally. What do you think?
I saw most popular stuff was like, Castle over 20.5 PR or Wemby under 15.5 RA. I still like Harper. I think there's a lot of scoring potential for him, honestly. But Nick's side of things, Brunson was in pretty massive foul trouble this last game, so maybe looking for more of a bounce back performance out of him. And Cat's been spectacular so far in this season, holding his own, not really getting much foul trouble. He's scoring the ball a lot too. Don't know if I trust the RA necessarily from him because that can be kind of fluky, but he's scoring.
Double down 12 and we're out of here. We got one more after this. He says, how many Sabalis are there between college and pro, including NBA? That sounds like a AI question.
That's a good question. Yeah, that's a good question. I know they have at least one other sister, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know if they have any more beyond that. There's 2 in the WNBA though. 2 of them there.
All right, last question of the day, E. So what's the parlay for tonight? I would say throw up that underdog one that you liked. I think that's a pretty good play for people if they want to run with it.
Yeah, we did, what was it, Kelsey Plum and Edwards. I think it was like a 2.3 or 2.2x, something like that earlier.
Yeah.
You can use,
2.19, I believe. I'll put the link in the comments right now, too, if you guys want to ride with it.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, we got to get on out of here. We're definitely streaming a little bit later than usual, but we do appreciate all the love and support here. Real fast, just before we get out of here, wanted to shout out Random Play. Big Carla, matchup is scarier going up against Vegas, but they are at home. She's been another first quarter warrior. Her minutes overall down the stretch been kind of suspect, but she's playing the same rotation, and she's taken quite a few field goal attempts, so just at least wanted to shout that out. This prop is on most sites, or it will be at least tomorrow. So look out for that one. 2.5 points. Pretty low.
All right,
y'all. We are going to get on out of here. We'll be back tomorrow for streaming as usual for the 4-game slate. Make sure to be a part of the Discord. Check it out. 7-day free trial. Good luck tonight. We'll catch y'all back here later. All right. Take it easy. Peace.
But I've had enough.
Fuck you, man, I hate enough. My whole clique, I'm at the fucking wall.